not internet. You know? He said, I can get in your account faster than you can. He said, I know how much you have in your banking. He said, there's no link to the we can do. And he said, when they're in space, he said it may seem like a very exciting job. He goes, but most of the time it's a pretty boring job. And he said they monitor YouTube and stuff like that for UFO videos, and they do other things. And he said they have a lot of training discs that they have to watch about. There's a lot of training discs that they have to work through on species that are not supposed to be here, how to detect them, how to fight them, and all sorts of stuff. And he said he recognizes my guys from training discs that he had, and he did a more thorough investigation of my Coleman, Texas sighting than MUFON did. I mean, he asked all the particulars. He wanted latitude, longitude, time, date, and he was filing a treaty violation on these species that came in here. He said they were under a 1,000-year treaty to stay away. And this guy also said that they were here because we're going to face some kind of apocalyptic event coming soon. It wouldn't destroy the Earth, but it would make it fairly uninhabitable for a while. He said nobody would be forced to leave. He said we would have to travel. He said the arrangements were being hastily made for us to go to another planet to hang out for a few years, and he said we would have to go to these transportation pads that would lift us up into the craft, and we would have to strip down completely naked because they kill all the bacteria around us. We're not allowed to carry bacteria from this planet to the other planet where we'll be traveling to. And
yeah, Jim told me his story about they gave him a message that there's a pending apocalyptic doom kind of very shortly is what he was trying to say, and that's what he really wanted to get on to tell his story, to say that for everyone to get ready because there is going to be something real nasty coming soon. And he also told me that one time when he was sitting on his porch that there was one alien, a tall white, standing right around the corner staring at him. He saw one right up close. It's too bad that he didn't. But we'll get him back one day. We will get him back one day. And if I can't get him on this late...
at one point he told me the star system that they were from. He told me the planet they were from. He told me how many light years they were from here, and he said all this stuff like it was common knowledge, man. He wasn't making it up. There was no hesitation in his voice. He wasn't telling a story. It was like it was common knowledge, like anybody should know it.
Yeah, I was looking because I actually recorded the phone call I had with him, and I can't find the recording of it in my phone. It's gone. It's completely gone. I voice memoed it. And now it's gone. So that's kind of similar to what you told me when kind of reminded that when you said, yeah. Oh, it's Joe. How you doing, Joe?
Hey, guys.
How you doing, buddy?
I was listening, and I'm going to get off the call because I'm screwing up the quality.
No, it's all right now.
I just wanted to say to Ronnie that them goblin things that had like the armor on them that were like had you pinned to your bed. Like next time you got to fight them, you should probably get yourself like a warhammer or something to keep in your. No, I'm not joking. Like you'd want to have something like that as a weapon. Because I wouldn't want the things coming back. That's all.
Yeah, warhammers aren't as big as what they actually show them on.
I know, but they have like a mashing end, and then one side spiky, so it's like a. Yeah. That's all. Right.
Yeah.
I got wood floors. I can stick them to the floor like a cockroach.
Yeah, or you could crush their skull with the other side.
Wouldn't that be great to capture one? Yeah, and take it to a newsroom floor and throw it out there on the floor.
I'm thinking more set up something so that you could electrify them.
For real.
You got to electrify them. You got to have an electrical field set up and just fry them all. Because you're in the bed and they're on the floor, so you zap them. Just like that.
Guido could baptize one, yeah.
It'd be just interesting in action when Chuck Norris comes in with the MIAs, and that'd be Ronnie coming into the newsroom with the alien, and like everybody be taking pictures of stuff, and you know what I mean. And the government would have to acknowledge it then. So.
All right, I'm thinking what would probably happen was they would shut the newsroom down, they would lock the doors, and then the police would show up.
A lot of people would
kill
die.
Me, confiscate the alien.
Yeah, a lot of people would die, I bet, Ronnie.
Yeah, and nobody would ever hear about it, you know?
Yeah.
That's what somebody said, said it would never get outside the newsroom. They would never show it.
So there's probably a chance that that's probably happened in the past already, right? You know what I mean?
It's possible, you know, but, here's the thing that, I showed a picture earlier that I shared, and it has a star field. It has identifiable star field in the background of the UFO mothership, and it gives it. You can tell how big it is. You can tell it's bigger than anything that we have in the air, and I've showed it to some really smart people, man, and they said, yeah, that's amazing, but nobody went out of their way to say, hey, there's Dyess Air Force Base radar towers 58 miles away, or 67 miles away. Abilene Regional Airport radar tower is 58 miles away. Up in Snyder, Texas, 132 miles away, they have a 600-mile military radar. But yet none of these radars seen a half-mile craft fly over north central Texas. And
wow. I
can tell you what that means is that somebody knows they're here and nobody's talking about it. Either that or they're in control of the whole show. They're in control of the whole damn works, There was jets there before the UFO showed up. The big craft showed up. It's almost like they were using our own jets to sweep, make sure there wasn't an aircraft around when this thing flew in. And even the pilots were out of the air. They were ordered out of the area before the big craft came in. Even the pilots wouldn't have known that this thing was fixing to come in. They were just flying a routine mission, And just the way they pulled that thing off shows me that somebody with a lot of power knew what was happening, and they were using our military jets in the process of doing what the aliens wanted to do, which was to make sure.
But what if this is a what if? What if the aliens had like a mind control capability where you didn't know you were being mind controlled? You know what I mean? Like, we would just carry on as business as normal, but they're sort of controlling us by remote, and we don't even realize it. What if they would have that ability in situations like that?
I think.
I
think it works both ways.
Yeah, well, that would be a good explanation why people such as yourself are able to see things that other people aren't, because maybe the frequency's not right on you, because we all are a little different, right?
Yeah, I had some pretty good head injuries in football. Maybe I knocked something loose.
Yeah. Well, that maybe.
Lord.
But we all have a little bit of a different electrical signal to us, and our body chemistry is all a little different, right? So maybe just like how antibiotics don't work the same for everybody, maybe like a mind control type thing wouldn't be exact. A blanket wouldn't cover everybody, and then it doesn't really matter because you people that it doesn't work on are the minority. So you seem like you're not always you're out there to the rest of everybody that it does work on. Okay?
Well, some of the pictures that I posted here, I have some people that look at them and say, I don't see anything. And I'm going, are you serious? Are you looking at the same pictures I'm looking at? Because I can definitely see some kind of an insectoid creature with long arms coming out of its back. And the thing is as tall as a telephone pole. on top of a huge UFO mothership. And I said, you don't see anything like that. And that's the reason some of the pictures I put a drawing as well, because I've had some people say, I don't see anything like that. And it almost makes to me like, yeah, they have some kind of filter in their brain that won't let them look at it. Other people say, I see it.
But to their defense and to your compliment, you would have a trained eye and they wouldn't. Right? You know what to look for. Much like a hunter in the woods knows how to look for the back lines and stuff of a deer. You know what I mean?
And
somebody that doesn't hunt doesn't. Just so you know what to look for, and somebody that doesn't know what to look for, you know what I mean? They wouldn't see that.
Yeah. But you know, it's almost like our brain associates what we see with things that we've seen before. So our brain's kind of inept when it comes to looking at aliens for the first time, because we have nothing to associate it with. So you're seeing it, and you're at the same time you're trying to deny that you're seeing it, or you don't know what to associate it with. So it's almost like our brain has a filter in it that it's like the surface of that craft. It doesn't look like this. It doesn't like the architecture. The thing looks very odd. It looks more like a wasp nest than a modern city. And you really have to like open your mind up when you look at the thing and say, you know, this is not supposed to look like anything we can recognize, because it shouldn't look like anything we recognize, because it's the surface of any craft.
Yeah, see, but the people you're dealing with are locking their mind with human perception, and they're not viewing it with the mind's eye. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you know, I've had some people come and say there was a guy I told, you know what, he said, he's about 5 blocks from your house here in Texas. He said I had something come into our room and it spoke a different language, but I could understand what it was saying in my mind. And he said I could have looked at it, but I didn't want to. And he said it paralyzed me in my bed.
Well, I got to be quite honest that I've woken up.
Have we all? Haven't we all?
I think that they were from another planet too. Yeah. Sorry, Wolf Man. You know, I didn't mean to ask so many questions. It was just
that's good, because I was
rabbit hole there.
I was looking for a song for this next break, and I found something groovy.
But you know, it's kind of frustrating because I can see it and other people can't see it. Yeah.
Yeah, he keeps cutting out. Wolfman does.
I'm not. I'm still here. But Ronnie cut out there for a second again.
Wow.
But yeah, it's frustrating, eh?
Yeah,
I don't think I'm gonna try running a show from a hotel room again. Needless to say. Yeah. But yeah, you know what I wanted to talk about Willie Nelson. It's funny, and that's synchronicity right there, because right when I was saying that, Dino comes out in the chat room. Do you think Willie Nelson has had any ET contact experiences? I do believe he has. I don't remember I heard him tell a story once, and I believe that Jim told me that he was curious about it, and that's why he wanted to ask President Carter about that. And did we give the answer of what President Carter told him yet, Ronnie? I know what he said to him.
I can't remember what Jim said about it. I think Willie had it.
Oh, I remember perfectly well. This is one part of the conversation that I remember really well. And what Jimmy Carter told Willie Nelson is, yes, they are real. Almost every story that you've heard, including Roswell, is true. And they are working together with some of the governments around the world. And he's not allowed to tell anyone.
Wow.
Yeah. So he basically admitted that Roswell was, and they also that they had back engineered a lot of these craft. The first thing that they learned was like how to make lighter materials and like fiber optics and things like that, and silicone chips. Like almost all of our high technology that we have it because of the back engineering of the ships, is what he was told. And that's about all I can remember. I don't know if you remember anything else, Ronnie.
No, yeah, that's about all I can remember. Is that he wanted to tell. I remember at one point Jimmy Carter was really one of those guys that wanted to know, and I think George Bush was the president of the CIA at the time. That he didn't have the clearance on that the American people couldn't afford to know, and that it was in the nation's interest for him not to know.
Yeah, I think lasers.
Disappointing.
When did lasers come out? It was shortly after 1947. By the way, also the that number is strange, 47. Even the Twin Towers had 47 stories. I recently noticed that number pops up everywhere, folks. That's why I put 47 on and you're going to see it everywhere. Once I point this out, you're going to notice that number everywhere. I'm not sure. Well, I was told the significance of 47 is that when this next awakening of mankind is going to awaken the 47th chromosome. So that's what. Every time I look at the clock, almost I see it's something 47, something 40. It's just crazy. Or I'll look at my stream. How much time is left, and it's 47. Everything I do is that number just keeps popping up everywhere. But yeah, I don't know. Jeff's saying, why don't people have 47 chromosomes? Because chimpanzees actually do. Which is strange. But apparently we have 46, and there's one chromosome. There's two that share. Yeah. Monkeys have 47. So, yeah. And it boils down to 2. Yeah. 4 and 7 is 11. And 11 is that number that they call it angelic number. I don't know. But it boils down to 2. You know anything about that, Ronnie? Well, he's trying to talk.
I'm a disclosure guy. I don't think people go near as crazy as everybody thinks they would. Like I said, I've had aliens in my house. I've had aliens force me into hiding. I've seen some things like nobody's ever seen, but yet if I don't pay the electric bill, they're still going to shut off my electricity. I still go to work. I still believe in God. And I think if they just come out and tell everybody, hey, aliens exist, UFOs are here, people would be in shock for about 30 days, and then it would just be another boring story. I don't think the people who are saying that society would go insane if they knew the truth, or the people who are getting paid to keep it a secret.
Yeah, exactly. I think everybody
it's time to come out. Time to come out and time to tell us the truth. And guys like me, I'm looking to prove it. I think I have proven it, man. I've shown you pictures of aliens, but nobody wants to believe it. I've showed you pictures of giant UFO with star fields in the background, but nobody wants to take it serious. And, I'm frustrated to the point where you people don't want to know. If you don't want to know, then don't believe it. But I've shown you. My evidence ain't great, but it's good enough that if somebody give it enough attention, there'd ought to be a NASA van parked in front of my damn house looking this stuff over. But no, I've never even made the mainstream media in the United States. They don't know who the hell I am. Now, I've made the news all over the world, but not here in the United States, not even the local news. And they've looked at my pictures. I've had some of the best photo experts in the business look at my pictures, and they could see that nothing has been manufactured. No software image creation has been used. And some of the pictures I've lightened with software, they told me what software I used and what I did with the software to brighten it. I've turned up the brightness on it. And they told me to the degree that, yeah, you've used this software to brighten it. And it was taken with this camera. Like I said, what is it going to take for people to believe? You show them a decent picture of a real alien and they just, well, that's your perception, or I don't see it, or you're looking at elephants in the clouds. There's really nothing there. You're imagining it, But they'll believe Betty and Barney Hill. They didn't catch any pictures. But yet, an old boy named Ronnie Dawson down here in Texas is full of shit. That's not the way it works, man. You either believe it or you don't believe it. The cameras don't hallucinate. I saw the damn thing. I've got my story. I've got the camera. I've got the pictures to back it up, and still nobody wants to take it seriously. It's frustrating as hell.
Yeah,
Mike, I guarantee it's frustrating.
Eric, by the way, I'm trying to add you into the group. I couldn't pick up your call, but you are being added in.
Okay, bro. Well,
John you're there now. Okay, good.
We're loving this guy. We want to talk to him if we can.
Oh, and
he's awesome.
And
he's the best guest. He's like the best guest ever.
Are you still at the conference?
What's that?
Are you still at the conference?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Are you still at the conference?
Oh, you sound broke. You sound like you're talking to me like an alien right now.
Oh.
Now you're good. You're good now.
You sound fine to me.
Oh, shit, I lost you. God damn it. Are you guys still there?
Yeah, you sound fine.
Oh, my bad. Okay, you're good now. We had a little brief interruption of some sort of alien sound. I'm not joking. And then now you're back to normal.
Well, you never know.
John Polk's sitting here right next to me.
An
alien. Heard it also. Your voice transformed from human to like an alien sound. I'm not joking either. And I'm not messed up.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm on. Apparently, they hear me right now on the radio.
Yeah, we can hear you just fine. You sound good. So, are you still at the conference?
My bad. Okay, is the guest? The guest still there? I don't hear.
Yeah.
Ronnie.
He's there. Yeah. You can ask him questions.
Oh, Ronnie,
I'm here.
Well, okay. I just want to say this on Ronnie's behalf. I've never met Ronnie, never heard Ronnie, never heard his story. Just my gut tells me he's telling the truth. I don't know how many people are listening, but that's my gut. John Polk thinks he's telling the truth. So, John, you want to talk? If John Polk wants to say hi to Ronnie.
Ronnie, this is Reverend John Polk. How are you?
Hey, John.
Hi, John.
How's it going?
Great.
So we were talking, you were talking about mind control earlier, and one thing that I know is that our pineal gland was designed by ET so that they could easily remotely activate it and incite behavior within us. They can make us fight. They can make us copulate. They can make us love each other. They can make us do whatever they want. And the government can do it also very easily. Also, they know how to activate your prefrontal cortex of your brain in conjunction with your hypothalamus and incite behavior also. So this is old technology. Goes back, at least 60 years. And, it's par for the course, something they've been doing a long time.
Yeah, people talk about, that being able to communicate with them. I've tried to communicate with them. I just don't know if I can't get their frequency. There hasn't been any attempt as of yet to communicate. Now, these guys, they seem to come around about once a year. And it's about that time of year right now. So about this time of year, I start getting a little antsy, wondering what's in store for me this year. And I'm hoping that one of these days I ought to have a professional camera crew follow me around. I mean, if these occurrences keep happening every year within this 2-week period, I should have a camera team follow me around. Instead, I just carry my phone around and catch what I can.
I know, and it's often hard to predict the moments when those actual nuances are going to occur, if one could see the future. So, but, stay positive, keep on track, keep, voicing out the word, because what you're saying, a lot of people are afraid to touch.
Right. And I hope they'll make contact. I'm not so convinced that some of the guys I talked to said these are the bad guys, but I'm not quite so sure that they're the bad guys. But I know there was some malevolence to what they did to me in the bed, but then at the same time they didn't kill me. They could have very easily. So I'm not so sure that these guys are the bad guys, and I hope at some line they open up a channel of communication with me.
Well,
so far, I can't hear their thoughts. I can't telepathy, nothing like that.
Ronnie, when you're playing with your dog, they run all around and freak out like that too, like kind of like what you're talking about, and scratch things. Cats do it, so maybe they liked you and they were just having fun.
She's cute.
That's what she looks like.
Oh,
man.
But
there's titties in that house.
I heard that Dino says that the pineal gland might also be responsible for wacky full moon behaviors, which would explain a lot about me. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been known to actually do really weird things on full moons, and climb walls, and just crazy things. Like I'll run out in the woods, and I do go nuts a little bit on full moons. A lot of people do, or you do things that you regret and you don't even remember it. Are you still there, John Polk? Reverend John? Anybody?
Yeah, he's still here.
Oh, I was going to ask him if he knows anything about the number 47. Well, I got him. Well, I got the Reverend John.
Anything about what?
47. The number 47.
Just so you know,
I never asked him that before.
You're cutting in and out while men on Skype, so we're having a hard time hearing your questions.
Okay, the number 47.
The number 47.
Yeah.
I heard that. Do you want to just, if John has a feeling about the number 47?
If he knows anything about it, why that number is significant?
Well, not really, but my best educated guess is if you dig into numerology, what you do is you add the two numbers together, and then, so 4 and 7 becomes 11, and then you add the 1 and the 1 together, and then that becomes 2. So what does 2 mean? It means duality. It means the dichotomy. But I mean, that's just my best educated guess.
Interesting. Could mean multiple two dimensions.
I just want to say, this guest is awesome. We got to have him back again.
Yeah, he's on once in a while. I love having Ronnie on. He's been on a few times. You can listen back to a couple other shows that he was on also.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I thought it was the first time I've heard him.
Oh, you've been 3 times now, right, Ronnie?
Yeah, I've been on UFO Buster Radio, and I think I did a 1-hour show, and I was on Beyond Reality Radio here.
Are you in Texas, Ronnie? Is that where you reside?
Yeah, I'm in Ranger, Texas, here in north central Texas.
Are you able to, if it's planned in advance, make a road trip to Arizona, or is that too far?
I'm pretty busy right now. I think the Aurora, Texas UFO Festival is over here not too far from me. I think I may try to make that if anybody's
okay,
going.
Well, we're planning an event in Arizona, like several months down the road, and we could try to help you, whatever. We'd like you to come out and talk, but obviously we got to talk further. But we would, if you're comfortable with that, I can introduce you to some people that are putting the event on that you might feel might be something you want to do.
Oh, I'm going to be.
And John Polk's going to be there, and we're trying to figure out a way to get Wolfman out there. We're going to see if we could get enough people to chip in for a plane ticket at least. He can camp out on the reservation.
I love camping.
You wouldn't mind that, right, Wolf? You camp out on the reservation.
I don't mind being abducted.
We got
That's
Indian
great.
shamans out there. We got John Polk. We got the night vision goggles. I just bought I just spent $2,000 at this show on some green Gen 2 green night vision goggles. So we're looking in the sky tonight, and we can see stars and things moving around in the sky that you cannot see with the naked eye. We didn't see any UFOs tonight because it's very cloudy, but I'm going to Sedona in a couple days, and apparently this lady has a tour out there. She pretty much guarantees that you're going to see something that's from not of this world. Or you get your money back. It's $80. Pay $80. If you don't see something, then you get your money back. So anyway, we want, not to take up the whole rest of the show here, but we want the Wolfman, and we want Ronnie, and then of course Darren and Jeff the Gray. They're not too far away. We could have like a show out there. We could do it. We can have like a total show. We could put it on Periscope and do the whole 9 yards.
And I could even
Is that too much to deal with, or what do you think? Is that a possibility?
I could probably transform, and no one would even mind.
Sounds awesome.
There you go.
My wife is wanting to see the Grand Canyon.
Well, there you go. There you go. We'll figure out a way. We could maybe help you out. You know what I'm saying? This guy that's putting this together bought a facility in Sedona, and he's building it. He's putting it all together. He's got the giant screen for the video. He's putting it all together. It's going to be very professional, and he's going to run conferences, not just this type of stuff we're talking about, but for weddings and other types of things. But this is his passion, though, because he's an experiencer also. And as a matter of fact, he showed John Polk and I some video on his cell phone of some visitations that he captured on his cell phone. And one of this, it was the trip. We saw this light come in real quick, move around the leaf, and at the same time, you can hear it very clearly. The sound email says, "Do you want to come with me?" It was, I swear to God, we all heard it. And this guy didn't make this. This was real. It happened in Mexico, as a matter of fact, not too long ago. And so it changed his life, he said. So now he's on this mission to just tell everybody about what, kind of like you're kind of on this mission now. He's basically trying to get the word out, make people aware of what really reality is all about. And anyway, so I'm enough babbling on my behalf. I just wanted to share that with you.
Thanks.
Well, I'm really glad that you guys are out there doing it.
So, Wolfman, are we going to go into overtime tonight, or what's happening?
I don't know with this. Well, I could, but I don't know. It's working better now. Like I said, as it gets later, it seems to work better. But as long I had an unknown caller actually phoned my cell phone, so I'm not sure if that
was me. That was me.
My cell phone? Do you have my cell number?
I called your cell number, I think, a few times.
Oh, okay.
Is it the 775 now, or is it a different number?
No, it's a different number. That wasn't my call-in number. It was my actual
right
cell
I don't know if
phone.
it was your cell phone number or
but
not.
It was kind of strange that I thought it could have been. It could have been Jim Marlin.
Anyway,
but I can't
if you
call
get another
back.
caller, you can drop me. It's not a big deal. We just wanted to call in and support Ronnie. And we like the Wolfman Show. It's the best. There's nobody doing this kind of talk radio like Wolfman, and we respect him and we like him and we enjoy listening to him.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Well, how's the everything going there at the conference?
Darren, is Darren around, or is he on the line?
We had to. He got off because it's too many people on Skype, and I don't have very good bandwidth here at this hotel I'm in. So we're just trying to keep it down to like 2 people on Skype, and it seems to work better. But I had to reboot it too.
All right, I'll hang up then. We'll see.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine, Eric. No, I really wanted you guys to call in and tell us how.
I'm just. If you guys have any questions, I'll be happy to answer. We don't want to interrupt your show too much.
Actually, I invited you to call in so we could hear about what's going on down there at the conference, and you're not interrupting at all.
I can tell you some more great stories, actually. I mean,
yeah,
so
I really want to hear it.
Many things have happened here. One of the things that, John Polk can tell you a million stories because he's got his booth down there and he's got his books, Yahweh, the Biblical God as an Alien, and the Blue Beings. And this is the coolest part of this conference. They have this room that you go into for like an hour twice a day where only experiencers go in this room, and they gather. It's almost like a 12-step type meeting gathering where they all get in a circle and you raise your hand, and they call on you, and you stand up and you tell your story. So I'm in this room with Tiffany and John Polk and Travis Walton and many other experiencers are in this room, and they're standing up and they're telling their story. You won't hear these stories on the radio. They're not in any books. They're not. I mean, they're awesome, amazing. And they're all synchronistic. They all jive together. That's why when I listen to Ronnie, I mean, for a lot of people, they're thinking this is just too much. But I'm hearing these stories like every 5 minutes in this conference room. I'll babble all night. I'm gonna let John Polk tell you.
So we're in the experiencer room, and of course I raised my hand, and I talk about the blue beings at the conference. And I didn't realize it, but there was 3 other witnesses that were there, and 2 of them spoke up about it. And this story, which is true, there are over 20 witnesses, but most of them won't say anything, period. And it's made me look kind of stupid. But in this experiencer session, this dude from the UK, his name's Lee Hazel, British guy. He's really funny too. So he stands up. And I just started telling the Blue Being story, and then he stands up and goes, "My name is Lee Hazel, and I'm an alcoholic." Like using an A meeting or something. Or he starts laughing. And he starts corroborating my story, man. And I was like, oh, thank God. And I didn't even see him. There's a bunch of people in there. I didn't even know he's in the room. And he starts corroborating my story, man. And then this lady named Sandy, she's a psychic medium from California. She was there, and then she jumps in and starts corroborating my story. And then at least 20 or more people start asking, mostly me and Lee, but mostly me, all these questions. And so the whole thing, there's like 70 people in there. The whole thing turned into a Q&A for mostly me and this guy, Lee Hazel. And I was like, oh, it's sweet vindication, man, because I've met all the adversity in the world. When I went to, how about this? When I went to write this story, like at least 20 times, I couldn't even physically open my laptop. Imagine this. You got this hot story. It deserves to go viral. And you got your Mac in front of you, and you can't even open it. It was like some force was stopping me from opening my laptop. There's an acronym for it, ELF, where they manipulate waves, and they can send waves into you and manipulate your behavior that way. And so was it the ETs doing it? Was the MyLabs doing it? Was it a combination of both? I'm not exactly sure, but something was definitely going on. And then so I finally finished the book. It took over a year. It shouldn't have taken that long at all. And I finished the book, and then I do my edit for me on me. And then I'm going to send it to my editor after I do my edit. That edit just vanished out of my computer, like Ronnie was saying. Certain files are just gone. Yeah, it was gone twice. And then finally, my editor receives my copy of my edits. And then she edited my material like 2 or 3 times, and then it vanished. So it took us probably 3 months to finally edit my book. And it came out probably 6 months later than it should have. But whatever, we finally did it. And it was just sweet vindication to have these witnesses chime in when I was talking about it. And it felt really good.
Yeah, A-hole
Hello
skeptic.
out there.
Hey,
Wolfman Land.
A-hole skeptic from.
You're there.
Yeah,
I'm with you,
hashtag
brother.
47 talk.
Did y'all lose me?
No, I can hear you. Can you hear me? I'm there. No, we got you. You sound really good, man. I don't understand how come you sound so good and you can't hear me. I could turn up. I can turn me up a bit. I don't know if you can hear that better. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you sound like that crappy you sound like that crappy rap synthesization that they use on rappers, and you sound like a robot.
Interesting. Well, on this end though, it sounds fine. everybody, what they're hearing, it sounds fine. A-hole Skeptic says that he quoted Willie Nelson, I think. It says, oh yeah. Where is it now? First, he wants to know.
Well, we don't.
Okay, here it is. Maybe I never told you how viciously I was probed.
Oh, now I hear you.
Willie Nelson.
Coming in and out. I hear you guys now.
Okay. Did you hear that? What I said?
I can hear you. I can't hear Wolfman.
You can't hear me.
I heard Wolfman. I heard that.
Just now.
Yeah, just now. All three of us are jiving again, I think.
That is so strange because I can hear you guys just fine and you sound awesome.
But you can hear. I think Ronnie, you and I can hear each other fine, is what it sounds like. But Wolfman's kind of having issues apparently.
Yeah, we meant to carry the show.
I think
carry the show for him.
He's getting an invasion of some type going on. The powers that be in the Canadian border are not digging the conversation. Apparently.
Oh, maybe they don't.
Yeah, I did a radio show one time and lost a host, and I had to carry the show for.
Well, we're coming up to the end of the show anyway.
The reality of all this is too funny, man. It cracks me up. I can imagine. Well,
thanks a lot, everybody. If you can hear me now, can you hear me at all? Thank you very much, everyone. We got 4 minutes left. If anybody wants to,
we lost him there. I hear you now. Well, anyway, I don't know if anyone can hear this, but the Reverend Polk has a show called Quantum Hologram Matrix.
That's what I was going to ask.
You can find it on Twitter at QH Matrix or at Reverend Polk. We want you on our show, so if we hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, choppy.
Anyways, yeah, it is coming to the end of the show, so go ahead and Ronnie, do you want to say goodbye to everyone? Do you want to tell them anything else before you
lost you again, Wolf? I'm thinking, I wonder if the people in Radioland are hearing you and I just chat.
I'm going to chat you guys because you're not okay. I'm going to
hear me now. This
say
would be
goodbye.
Great for like a Verizon commercial or something. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for listening.
Well, anyway, did you hear what I said about the quantum hologram matrix, Ronnie? Did you catch that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she can sing. That was me.
Are you on Twitter?
Dino, that was me, man. Here's another one of mine.
Right now, yeah, I have a Twitter account.
All right, here it comes. The end of the show, everybody. My guests can hear each other, but they cannot hear me. Something strange is going on, and we can't explain it. We can't always explain everything that's unexplainable.
Oh, he just asked if you want to say goodbye. I can hear Wolfman. He wants to know if you want to say goodbye.
Hey.
Yeah.
Just start talking, Ronnie, because they're listening.
Everybody, they can hear you.
Hey. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for inviting me on, and I always enjoy doing this show.
Yeah, buddy. And I'm gonna try to get Jim. I'll probably do an off, not a live, but an offline recording that I can play on the show with him at an earlier time, where he'll probably be more awake and maybe not so abducted. And yeah. Shout out to Dino, Tina, Carpenter, Kathleen, A-hole Skeptic, Mood Boy.
I'll let you hear what's playing now on Spreaker, Brian. Yeah. Just start talking.
Everybody, they can hear you. Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for coming on it.
I got a delay.
Don't forget.
I can hear me.
Go to MonsterCastleParanormal.com.
Well, hey, I'm gonna get off.
Hit the donate button if you can.
Nice meeting you.
Keep me going. I really need it right now, folks. I wouldn't ask you.
Awesome.
I gotta open it. I gotta set up a whole new studio.
Take care, Wolfman, Dino, and all the other Spreaker chatters. guys. Have a good night. Later.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
This is Jeff the Gray, co-host of Monster Castle Paranormal Radio on the KTLK Digital Broadcasting Network, thefringe.fm.
This is the Monster Castle Paranormal Radio Show. We explore the paranormal phenomenon with researchers and skeptics from all walks of life and beyond. Fridays and Saturdays, 9 p.m. Pacific, midnight Eastern, on KTLK Digital Broadcasting Network, thefringe.fm. Visit our website at monstercastleparanormal.com.